Hello KMA Land, I'm Bob Peterson, the Industrial Technology Instructor at Red Oak High School, and we're here again for the second in our series of chances to look at the Red Oak Industrial Technology Program, focusing today on a few of the students and things from the Intro to Manufacturing class. This class, students have the chance to rotate around to 7 different areas and experience several different facets of industry. The 7 being arc and gas welding, a sheet metal project, a lathe project on a metal lathe, forge project where they'll actually forge a cold chisel and do some hardening and tempering with that, a CNC plas cutter exercise, and then the last would be the foundry, an aluminum casting out of that. For our first part is going to be Jordan Clemens. He's been in the sheet metal area, and he's going to explain a little bit about what he's been doing in that area.
Yeah, with sheet metal, I have had to follow these instructions to make a parts bin.
What did the instructions tell you? What kind of information did they give you?
They gave me information on where to mark and where to cut, and to mark the sheet metal, I had to use a scribe to mark into the sheet metal itself so I could actually see the marks.
And then once you had it all laid out and drawn out on the sheet metal, what did you have to do?
I had to cut it to size with some shears and tin snips to get it to size to be able to bend it to get the final product.
Okay. Once you had it bended, what did you have to use to assemble it or hold it together?
To hold it together, I had to spot weld 2 sides, and then I had to drill holes in the back and rivet the plate onto the back. Okay. Show them the spot welds. That's one of the spot welds there, and then some rivets on the back.
Cool. Did you get to learn a few things while doing it, something you hadn't done before?
Yeah, this was something I hadn't really done before. It was a bit challenging to get all the measurements correct and everything, but overall it was pretty fun.
For our second area, we're going to look at the aluminum foundry. Students there have to choose a pattern and make a duplicate of that, so they end up with their own aluminum casting. And to walk us through that process is Cole McGill. He's going to take us through some of the steps that he went through in order to get his casting done.
Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. So at first we have to put in a bunch of sand into this, what is it, like, as a flask. So we put sand into one of these come apart actually. So you put a board underneath here and you put sand in there and you sift it so then it's all soft at the bottom. And then you start pounding, and then you start just putting more in there and use this to start pounding it down to make it really like solid and flat. So then you can, it's like the aluminum won't like go anywhere or anything. So then after you do that, we put in our little like aluminum one that we're going to want to do. So this is like how the first one looks, the pattern, yeah. And then this is how the first one looks. So we put this in there, and then we put more sand on top of it, and then we have to take the top part like off of it, and then we have to cut little like holes into it with these little like tiny little spoons, so then we can get a little area for the molten to go into and then flow to fill up this little area. So then after we do that, we take this out, and then we come so then we come back over here and put everything ready and to get it together. And then the next day we start melting it over in the foundry furnace. So then we melt a bunch of aluminum in there, like old like used aluminum into it. And then we get the holes made into it, and then we pour it in there, let it cool for like a day or two. And then it comes out with this, and then it doesn't look too bad, I don't think.
This is your actual casting that you produced, right?
Yes, it is. It's the one I just got done with today, actually. So I think it looks pretty good. It looks really shiny and stuff, so it looks pretty good.
A new process you hadn't had experience with before.
No, yeah, this is brand new, so it was really good to learn this. It was very, very neat to learn.
For our final segment, we're going to look at the CNC plas cut system that we have. Students at that will design their own project, cut it out, and actually bend it to get it to finish out. And Amanda Rodman is going to take us through some of those steps that she's gone through to create her project.
Okay. So on here, we went through the Torchmate EDU, and it's a software on the computer, and it's pretty simple. So for here, we had to make like a rectangle, 3x4, and then we put our name in it, and then we did the 1x4 little leg deals here that we end up bending. And eventually in here you can weld it all together, and then you come over to the CNC plasma cutter, and then it'll start doing like a dry run for you. See, because you put it up here. So this is the program that runs the CNC, and then it just kind of runs through and it shows you what's going on, and then it'll start cutting once you're satisfied with what's going on, and then it'll cut for you, and when you're done, you just kind of clean it up, and then when you're done, you get your final product. And this is what it looks like. It's a little desktop nameplate. See? Alright. Yeah.
Great, that's very nice. Brag on Amanda just a little bit. She is also the only female to have completed the college welding courses that we offer here. We have a dual enrollment agreement with Southwestern Community College in Creston, where we offer college welding classes. And last year as a junior, Amanda was able to complete that whole year. And then Amanda, what was your experience with it, and what would you recommend to younger girls out there that might be looking at some different careers and like doing stuff with their hands as well, just like you did?
I loved the experience. It was nice getting a hands-on deal. It was a little bit different. There was boys in there, and they're competitive. They really are.
Always a challenge to deal with some of that, isn't it?
Yeah, you deal with a lot of dumb stuff, but being a girl, you keep them in line.
And your recommendation maybe to younger girls that might be watching, what would you tell them?
Definitely get out and try it. Do hands-on stuff. Even if you're afraid, go ahead. The boys, they're nothing. You can do it.
What do you look forward to doing next year after you graduate?
I was thinking about signing over to Creston and doing their program, and then going and finding a job, probably in pipeline welding.
So finishing out her degree that she has started actually with the college welding classes over at Southwestern in Creston. So thank you very much, Amanda. This is Bob Peterson winding things down now for our visit here at Red Oak Industrial Technology. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to get a hold of us. You can get a hold of me on the website, either through an email or the high school phone is 712-623-6610. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.